Have you ever looked at your garden and wondered why some people seem to grow profit out of plain soil, while yours just gives you leaves and love? Last time on Green Family, we talked about the plants you should never grow, the ones that quietly drain your effort, your time, and sometimes your wallet. But today, we're flipping the coin. Because here at Green Family, we don't just tell you what not to plant, we show you what's worth planting. The kind of crops that reward your patience, stretch your pocket in the right direction, and remind you that a small garden can actually grow into something big. Welcome back, my Green Family. And if this is your first time here, I'm truly glad you stopped by. This is where we turn everyday gardens into quiet revolutions, where you learn, earn, and grow without breaking the bank. Whether you've got acres of land, a few pots on your balcony, or just a dream of growing your own food, you belong here. Before we dig in, take a second to subscribe and join this growing family of smart, hands-on gardeners. Because around here, we don't just grow plants, we grow possibilities. Now let's get right into it. 6 crops you can grow straight from seed, the ones nurseries would rather you never discover. Crop 1, lemongrass, the secret gold hiding in your garden. Now, if you've ever brushed past a patch of lemongrass, you know that crisp, lemony scent that fills the air. It's calming, refreshing, and somehow feels like home. But what most people don't know is that lemongrass can quietly turn your garden into a small gold mine. Nurseries make it seem like you need to buy grown plants to start, but that's far from the truth. You can grow lemongrass straight from seed, and it's one of the simplest things you'll ever do. All it really asks for is a bit of warmth, steady moisture, and a little patience while those slender green shoots start pushing through the soil. Once it takes hold, it becomes almost unstoppable. It doesn't demand much attention, it doesn't suffer easily, and it keeps giving year after year. You can harvest it fresh for tea, dry it for blends, use it in homemade repellents, or even turn it into essential oils if you want to take things a step further. The scent alone can turn heads at a local market, and a few healthy bunches can bring in more profit than most expect. That's the quiet beauty of lemongrass. It doesn't just grow, it gives back. It's simple, generous, and often overlooked. And maybe that's why nurseries don't talk about it much. Because if every gardener knew how easy it was to start from seed, they'd stop buying it altogether. So if you've been searching for a crop that smells like peace but pays like purpose, lemongrass is your perfect start. Crop 2, stevia, the sweet leaf that outsmarts sugar. There's something almost magical about a plant that gives sweetness without sugar. And that's exactly what stevia does. It's that quiet little leaf that tastes like a secret, light, clean, and naturally sweet. Yet so few gardeners ever think to grow it. Most nurseries and stores sell stevia products at high prices, convincing you it's rare or difficult to grow. But the truth is, you can start stevia from seed right in your own garden, or even on your kitchen windowsill. It doesn't ask for much, just gentle sunlight, a warm space, and a little patience as it sprouts. Once those tender green leaves start to grow, that's when the excitement begins. Each leaf holds a sweetness that's many times stronger than sugar, and you can use it fresh or dried. Some gardeners dry the leaves and crush them into powder for tea, smoothies, or even baking. Others sell them to local health stores or markets because the demand for natural sweeteners keeps rising every year. Stevia is one of those crops that quietly pays off without needing much from you. No heavy watering schedule, no expensive fertilizer, just care, sunshine, and time. And before you know it, you've got a plant that saves you money, helps you live healthier, and might even bring in a small side income if you choose to sell it. It's simple, pure, and powerful, and perhaps that's why many nurseries don't highlight it. Because once you start growing stevia from seed, you'll realize sweetness doesn't have to come from a store shelf. Sometimes, it grows right from your own soil. Crop 3, roselle, the red treasure hiding behind every hibiscus tea. If you've ever sipped a glass of hibiscus tea, that deep ruby red drink with a tangy, refreshing taste, then you've already met roselle, though you might not have known its real name. Most people buy the dried petals or bottled drinks at fancy prices, never realizing they could easily grow the plant right in their own garden, starting from a handful of simple seeds. Roselle is one of those crops that gives back in color, beauty, and profit. It loves the sun, thrives in warm soil, and rewards patience with lush green leaves and stunning red calyces. Those are the bright pods that turn into the tea everyone loves. And here's the thing. Once you see how generous this plant can be, you'll understand why many nurseries don't talk about it much. Selling you the finished product is simply more profitable for them than telling you that you can grow it yourself. From a gardener's eye, it's a dream. The leaves can be used in salads or cooked as greens. The calyces can be dried and sold to tea lovers or made into zobo, syrups, or homemade jams. Even the seeds can be pressed for oil or replanted for another cycle. And the beauty? It doubles as an ornamental, a plant that feeds both your eyes and your pocket. Roselle doesn't just grow, it makes a statement. It's bold, useful, and incredibly rewarding for anyone willing to give it a small corner of their garden. So if you're looking for a crop that combines color, culture, and cash, roselle might just be your next big discovery. Crop 4. Moringa. The miracle tree that keeps on giving. There are plants you grow for beauty, and then there are plants you grow for purpose. Moringa is both. They call it the miracle tree for a reason, because almost every part of it gives something useful, something nourishing, or something profitable. From the moment it sprouts, Moringa feels different. It grows fast, with slender green leaves that seem to multiply overnight, as if the tree knows you're counting on it. Those leaves are packed with vitamins, minerals, and protein, more nutritious than most vegetables combined. You can harvest them fresh for soups and smoothies, dry them for tea or powder, or even sell the leaves in local markets and online stores. What's truly beautiful about Moringa is its resilience. It doesn't demand rich soil or constant attention. Give it sunlight, space, and a little care, and it'll thrive in places other plants struggle. In many parts of the world, it's a source of food security and income, a tree that feeds, heals, and sustains. And the best part? Moringa starts easily from seed. Nurseries might make it seem like you need a special variety or expensive seedlings, but the truth is, a few seeds and a bit of patience are all it takes. Once it's established, it keeps giving year after year, leaves, pods, seeds, and even oil. If you're looking for a crop that gives you back more than you put in, not just in profit, but in purpose, Moringa deserves a place in your garden. It's one of those plants that quietly reminds you why you started growing in the first place, to create something that truly matters. All right, let's pause for just a moment, green family. So far, we've talked about some truly powerful plants, crops that don't just grow, but give back. And I'm curious, which one has caught your attention the most so far? Is it the sweet simplicity of stevia, the bold beauty of roselle, or maybe the miracle of Moringa? Tell me in the comments. Which of these would you love to try in your own garden first? And if you've already grown any of them before, I'd love to hear how it went. Share your experience. You never know who your story might inspire. This community grows stronger every time you share something. So take a second, drop your thoughts below, and let's keep learning from one another. And while you're at it, tell me where you're watching this from. I love to see this community in different sites. All right, ready to keep going? Let's move on to the next one, because this next crop might just surprise you with how easy it is to grow and how profitable it can be. Crop 5, Celosia, the colorful crop with two personalities. Now, here's a crop that wears two faces, one for the kitchen and one for the garden show. Celosia is that bright, feathery plant you've probably seen in flower shops or markets, bursting with shades of red, orange, and gold. But what many people don't realize is that it's also an edible green, loved in many parts of the world and sold in markets as Lego spinach or soko. That's what makes Celosia so special. It's both beautiful and useful. You can grow it for its stunning flowers or for its tender leaves that taste a little like spinach, rich in nutrients and surprisingly easy to harvest. And here's the secret. It starts effortlessly from seed. No special tricks, no high-maintenance care. Just warmth, sunlight, and soil that drains well. In warmer regions, it grows year-round. In cooler climates like the UK or Canada, you can start the seeds indoors in early spring, then transplant them outside once the frost has passed. Even if your growing season is short, Celosia will still give you a quick and colorful harvest. Now, when it comes to profit, Celosia gives you options. Some gardeners sell the fresh leaves locally, while others grow it purely for its blooms, the same flowers that florists love to use in arrangements or sell as dry decorations. Either way, it stands out. It's the kind of plant that draws attention at a market stall and adds both color and value to any space. Celosia is proof that a single seed can be both food and art. It's versatile, low cost, and high reward. And once you've grown it yourself, you'll wonder why nurseries don't talk about it more often. Crop 6, Lavender, the fragrant crop that turns calm into cash. There's something special about lavender. The way it stands tall, waving gently in the breeze, filling the air with that calm, sweet scent. It's the kind of plant that turns any space into peace. But behind that beauty lies a quiet kind of power, because lavender isn't just lovely, it's profitable. Most gardeners think lavender belongs only to big farms or professional growers. That's exactly what nurseries want you to believe. But the truth is, you can grow it easily from seed, right in your backyard, or even in pots on your balcony, if you know the trick: sunlight, patience, and well-drained soil. Lavender doesn't like wet feet, but once it settles in, it becomes one of the toughest, most reliable plants you'll ever grow. And here's where it gets exciting. Every part of lavender has a purpose. The flowers can be dried for sachets, teas, or bath blends. The essential oil sells for premium prices. Even fresh bundles can earn you extra income at local markets or craft fairs. Some gardeners pair it with homemade soaps or candles. Others simply sell the seeds and seedlings to beginners who've just fallen in love with its scent. What makes lavender so rewarding isn't just the money, it's the calm it brings. It teaches you patience, rewards you with fragrance, and reminds you that beauty and purpose can grow in the same pot. So if you're looking for a crop that soothes the soul while adding value to your garden, lavender is that quiet companion you'll never regret planting. It's simple, it's timeless, and it's one of those secrets nurseries wish you'd never discover. Because once you do, you'll never need to buy it again. You know what? Before we wrap this up, I can't resist adding a little something extra. I know I said 6 crops, but if you've been watching Green Family for a while, you already know we like to sneak in a bonus for our loyal viewers. So here's my question for you. Are you the kind of gardener who loves a little surprise? If yes, type "ready for the bonus" in the comments, because this one might just become your next garden favorite. All right, here it is. Mint. Simple, humble, but unbelievably powerful. Now don't roll your eyes and think, mint? Really? Because most people underestimate it. Mint is one of the easiest plants to start from seed or even cuttings, and once it takes root, it spreads like it has a mind of its own. It grows fast, smells incredible, and has a dozen ways to bring in profit. You can sell it fresh to tea lovers, bundle it for markets, dry it for herbs, or even use it to make natural cleaning products and balms. It's one of those crops that keeps giving without asking much in return: sunlight, a bit of moisture, and a watchful eye to keep it from taking over the garden. Mint might not be exotic, but it's clever. It's that dependable friend in your garden, the one you can count on to grow fast, sell easily, and smell amazing while doing it. So consider that your little bonus from me to you. A quiet reminder that sometimes the simplest plants are the most generous ones. And there you have it, Green Family, 6 powerful crops, plus one little bonus, all waiting for your hands and a bit of love to turn them into something truly rewarding. If you've been here since the last video, you can already see the pattern. Here, we don't just tell you what not to plant. We show you what's worth your time, your soil, and your hope. Because gardening isn't just about growing plants. It's about growing possibilities and learning that with the right knowledge, your garden can become more than just green, it can become gold. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which of these crops are you planning to try first? Or maybe you've already grown one of them. How did it go? Share your story in the comments. That's how this community stays alive. We learn, we grow, and we thrive together. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe. Join the family. Because every week, we dig a little deeper into the kind of gardening that saves you money, grows your confidence, and fills your home with life. Till next time, keep your hands dirty, your heart open, and your garden growing. This is Green Family, where every